Hello, it is Shayna Garcia, IFE Bikini Pro, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're here today with another workout for you guys. We're gonna be training all back. So we're gonna go posterior today. We're gonna train our lats, our back, glutes, and hamstrings. And I really like this day because I personally don't like training back. So my glutes and hamstrings are gonna help motivate me for this day. I love training lower body. So all back today, we're gonna start with our upper body first, and then we're gonna make our way down to our glutes and hamstrings. So the glutes and hamstrings today aren't going to be a huge day. We only got two movements, which are gonna be the hip thrusters and hamstring curls. And then for the back, we're gonna train about, I think there's 3 or 4 movements. I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure I got pull-ups. We've got some T-bar rows. We've got some lat pull-downs. And I think there was one more. Accessory glutes and hamstrings, and then primarily training back. Today I am feeling I also ran late to the session. Sorry, Mario, but I didn't even get to put my face on this morning. I'm like, damn, I'm just running late. And there was a candle blowing at home, and I totally forgot to blow it out before I left. So I had to drive back and ended up late to this session. Didn't put my face on. I was like, you know what? You guys are gonna get me raw. And I think, this is the best thing about prep, right? Like, you're gonna see the reality of when you got too much things on in the day, sometimes you just got no time. But feeling pretty, I had 5 hours sleep last night, and I'm about 2 meals in today. So I've had my oats, my blueberries, eggs, turkey bacon. I love breakfast. And then I've had cream of rice, peanut butter, almond butter, maple almond butter, and protein powder. So that's what we've got in today. Perfect amount of food for this day now. And then I've got 3 meals left for the day. So I'm gonna savor that for later. So we're gonna start off with the back. Let's go. All right, guys, we're here by the pull-up machine, and we're gonna go banded today because your girl is a short ass, and I can't use this space here because literally as soon as I pull up, I can only come up about halfway. So if you are a shorty, grab yourself a band and put it onto the handles. You're welcome. But I'm going for a medium one today because we're aiming for about 8 to 10 reps. So the thicker the band, the more resistance you're gonna get. And yeah, this one's like the in-betweener. So we're gonna go chin-ups. We're gonna go more of a narrow stance. So you guys have seen me do the overhand grip. We're gonna go the neutral today. And I'm gonna come up as high as I can. We're gonna squeeze, and we're gonna slowly come down at 3 seconds. So the good thing about the medium bend is that you're still gonna get that good stretch on the way down, and it's not gonna just pull you up straight away. You're gonna be pulling up a little bit yourself. Goal is, oh, do you like my shoes, by the way? Today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear my make a statement shoes because I don't have my face on, so something's gonna make a statement right now. All right, so I'm gonna put the the arch of my foot onto the band. You're gonna step down, grab onto the handles, and then step together with the other foot, so then the band stays in place. So I'm at a neutral grip today. Stretching down. I'm gonna pull up. Slowly releasing. So I'm coming down at a full stretch. And then when you're done, fully release, step out, slowly take your foot off the band so you don't fling it onto your face. As you guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I was pulling up, when I squeeze and I pull my chest up and I slightly lean back, we're aiming for the upper back at the same time. So anytime you guys see me doing pulling movements or anything to do with like a lat pull down or a pull, and you see me lean back, that's because I'm aiming for the upper back. When I'm a little bit more forward and straight, I'm aiming more for my lats. So we're gonna go both today. We're gonna aim for all of that because we want that taper, guys. We're starting off with this, but then after that, we're gonna go weighted. 2 more sets. Okay, again, guys, stepping down with the arch, grabbing onto the handles, both feet together, full stretch at the bottom. So you guys can see I'm giving it that bounce down the bottom, just to get that stretch, and pull. Elevating my chest up towards the ceiling, squeezing my back. Oh my God, okay, that's burning. Always make sure that on that last rep, you still go all the way down. Because what I've noticed that most people do is that when they finish their last couple of reps, they're like lazy stretches. You gotta stretch, let that count, because that hurt really bad, but in a good way. We're gonna go one more set, guys. And you know, before I came to this session, I was literally telling Mario that, like, you know, I wasn't feeling today. And I'm really not feeling today, but you know, when you're recording, you kind of have to just push yourself. And because y'all are watching, I'm like, well, I have to push myself now. But now I'm starting to feel pumped. The blood's flowing, feeling better. I had good pre-workout as well. So it's all kicking in now. All right, last set. All right, set 3. Oh, yep. She done. Another thing with pull-ups, some people don't stretch all the way down. So if you ever just feel it in your arms and traps the most, that's when you know you're not stretching down enough. You're getting most of your activation in that stretch. So when you stretch all the way down, by the time you pull up, you're gonna feel it in the area that you're trying to target. If you're doing this, I just want to show you, because this is what I see all the time. Coming up and then stopping about there. So when you're half repping like that, eventually you're gonna start shifting to your arms, to your traps, and you will feel it in your lats, but your lats are gonna give way at one point. So you need to give full stretch, allow your body to reset, and pull up again. It's like when you're doing like deadlifts, you know? I know it's a different move, but you get what I mean. Eventually, like when you're doing a deadlift and you're going super heavy, you're not dropping it all the way down to the ground. It might at one point overload onto the lower back or something. So, all right guys, we are going to do the row. I've wanted to use this bent over machine because it's new. And I want to show you guys different variations when it comes to rowing, because I've always just used the barbell. I don't think I've done the dumbbells on here just yet. We will do that at one point, but I want to show you guys how to use this, because I know many of you guys see this machine in your gym and you're too scared to use it. So I'm going to show you guys how to use it. So we're gonna step onto the stage. We're gonna go overhand grip today because coach said overhand grip. So we're gonna go to overhand. I'm gonna go just shoulder width apart. We're gonna pull up. Now with your feet, ideally more hip width, but so I'm having on a slant, my feet are slightly in front of me, and that's gonna give me the balance when I bend down. So we're gonna slightly bend the knees. I'm gonna pull back, and I'm pretty much directly over it, and we're gonna pull. Stretching down. Try your best to keep your hips and your knees in the same place, so you can focus on that back stretch. Stretch all the way down. Pull. I'm just gonna move my hair so you guys can see. Again, bending down. Pull. All right, just warming up. I'm gonna add some weight on there. This is weighted already though. I don't know how much is on there. Does that count? Does this count? No, that's a warm up set. I'm just gonna add, I think, 5s or 10s. We'll grab 5s. By the way, this is called the BBL jacket. The BBL jacket sits just above the glutes. It gives that BBL effect, but with Shayna Garcia, we actually have a natural BBL because we've been training glutes, okay? So I don't need no jackets. Oh shit. But the jacket helps, you know? All right, so I'm actually loving this blue today. It's got the all blue vibes today. It's got the halter top. See, I'm wearing everything to show out. Got my back, glutes, BBL jacket. Now no BBL jacket, don't need. All right, so we're training back now. But I'm going to show you guys the stretch of the hamstring. So when you're coming down in this movement, it's very similar to doing, I would say, like a stiff-legged deadlift. When you're doing the stiff-legged, your goal is just to bend down, but you're not shifting so much like you would in the RDL, because with the RDL we go in a diagonal. With the stiff, we come down, and that's pretty much the position that I'm in. And I actually feel the stretch in my hamstring but you stay in that position and then you pull. All right, so my feet are slightly forward, overhand grip, pulling back. I got my shoulders back, my back is locked down, shoulders down, chest up. Now I'm gonna slightly bend my knees forward, coming down and pull. Actually, I'm gonna come back just so this handle doesn't hit me. Whew. Oh, that stretch, guys. That's actually a really good weight. 10 pounds plus. I don't know how much this bar is, but definitely feeling that. With weights like this, so you never want to swing when you're doing movements like this. If you start swinging and you feel like you're using a lot of momentum, you need to lighten up that load. You need to be purely squeezing your back and getting that stretch. When I'm pulling up, I'm not even thinking about my hands doing the pulling. I'm focusing on my chest, my back, and my elbows doing the pulling for me, and my hands is the accessory to that. In a way, my hand is like that spotter, but I'm literally using all of this to stretch down and pulling that stretch back up. Sway. Nah, it's not the best angle of me. I like doing this though. Okay, my back is like the widest part of me, as you can see. Judges actually told me to slow down, so you should be taking back advice from me. Straight up. So my back sessions are literally, this is my only back session for the week, because we don't disregard any of the areas that are our strongest still. I'm literally doing for blood flow now at this point, but we're not growing our back anymore. I was doing back like 2 times a week, and I brought it down to literally a half session now. So yeah, that's what my advice is. If judges tell you that you've got weak areas, work your weak areas more throughout the week, and then the areas that you're strongest, do not disregard, just train them and do half sessions with them. I'm gonna show my back. Okay. Stretching the hamstring. Whew. All right, we got one more set going. I really love my Make a Statement shoes today. The Steve Maddens. They kind of look like Balenciagas, but they're not, so. but like, you know, Balenciagas, they're Steve Maddens. I mean, I love Steve Madden though. No, yeah, I like Steve Maddens. I've got the blacks of these and these ones, but every time I wear these, people are always like, what are those? I'm like, Balenciagas. Yeah, the Steve Maddens. Because I feel like, what's the look of it? I don't like little flat shoes. Like, I like the bulky shoes. Yeah. I feel like when you walk into a room, you know, it's like, who that? You know? Contrast. Yeah, it's the contrast, see? Everyone was like today, oh, Shane, I love your outfit. But I'm like, I think it's the shoes, you know? It's the shoes. I've worn this outfit a couple of times. All right, guys, we're gonna do one more set and then we're gonna go on to the lat pull downs. Let's finish this off. I've actually left it at this weight. Every set, you guys notice that I go at a full stretch. When I come up, I give it that good squeeze. I'm making the most of all of these reps right now and I'm really feeling it. I know for a fact that if I add a bit more weight, I'm gonna start dropping form and I'm not gonna feel it as good, but activation's really good right now. So I'm gonna leave it at this. And also because we warmed up pretty well with the pull-ups too. All right, we're gonna go 2 or 3 more, guys. Woo. I like going like this, and then if I could do that in like on stage, game over, bro, but we can't do it, so I always got to cover a bit of the back. But there you go, that is the row. Let's move on to our lat pull downs. After the lat pull downs, we're gonna go to booty. Pull down, we're going old school, and we're gonna go with the wide grip bar here. I'm gonna go overhand today. I've always done this since the very beginning, and I love the lat pull down so much. I'm a high believer in it. Now, I was just talking to Mario before about being short. I always struggle when it comes to most lat pull down setups. And most of the time when it comes to putting the attachment up, I have to step onto the stool and then attach it. But another thing is feet. Sometimes the shortest setting doesn't actually lock me down, and I can't always just keep doing this the whole way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of plates to put under my feet. See if I can squeeze in here. Oh, glute gains too much. I've always wanted to say that. You guys know the that viral reel that went on where people were like rolling the barbells above their glutes? I remember I did that test and it just rolled right over my glutes. That's when I was like, all right, I gotta train my glutes better. All right, so just this was actually just over a week ago. There was this guy that came up to me, older guy, and he's seen me doing this lat pull down, and I kept readjusting myself. I kept doing this, all right? And all of my years of doing this movement here with this issue, I never thought about this. But he told me, he was like, hey, can I just give you a little tip? Because he was like, my wife is also a short Asian. I was like, go ahead, give me the tip. And he said, if you grab 2 plates and you put them under your feet, that would actually secure you in place a lot better. Now I kind of feel I don't need to use too much force, but actually locks me in place and I'm not sliding around a lot. You can always grab a thicker plate if you want to, if you don't want to elevate your heels up at all. But I'm quite comfortable here. But I thought it was funny. And you know what? Even if I've been doing this for a long time, guys, I'm very open to advice and tips and tricks of anyone. So when this guy came up to me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And it's been life-changing for the last week. But yeah, that's a little tip. Guys, if you guys struggle and you're a shorty like me, and I know there's a lot of shorties that follow me, plates under feet. And you got a wide grip. All right, the goal, people always ask me like, how wide should they go? When you're at a finish point, I'm gonna just go light first just to show you guys form. When you're at a finish point, you want it to be like a W, all right? It's a W, your hands are gonna be outside of your elbows, and then your head is the middle of the W. Because some people go a little bit too narrow, some people go a little bit too wide, and then they can't go at a full extension or a stretch. So beyond shoulder width apart. Again, full stretch at the top, guys. And I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna lean back slightly because we're aiming for upper back right now. Stretch. Full. Seriously, the plates are life-changing. So good. I just feel myself stable. So we're gonna go a couple more sets, guys. I can't wait to do booty. I actually can't wait to do booty. When I get the full pump of booty and then plus like my lats, I'm gonna flex out for y'all after. We're gonna grow these 3 inches just by doing a couple sets. All right, set 2. One more. Whew. Oh yeah, that was good. Oh my god, I tripped out for a little. I broke my nail, guys. And I just thought for a second that my finger was slightly missing. Holy shit, I'm lightheaded right now. Oh my god. But anyways, not feeling today. Don't have my face on, don't have one of my nails on. Damn, this nail's been falling off a lot though. So that's my lesson right now. Like, because I gym every day, I should probably get shorter nails. But, you know, beauty is pain, right? So, like, who cares about pain when there's beauty? All right, last set, guys. I'm going to go 32. So I'm going to whip out maybe 4 to 5 reps for this weight. And then to continue my set, I'm going to drop the weight a little bit because I do want to do a total about maybe 8 to 10. All right, so I'm going to try and do 4 to 5. It's definitely heavier. All right, I'm gonna drop the weight. Continue about 3 or 4. They need to be solid reps. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because my wrist, my forearm started really giving way. Actually, I forgot my Versa grips today. Yeah, we should.
You do wear them.
Yeah, I do. So I always say this on the channel too. I always say, never forget your Versa grips. I always forget my Versa grips, but I would usually wear it in a set like this because my forearm, like I feel like I could have kept going, but my forearms were literally letting go. And I've also injured both of my wrists in the past, which doesn't help. It makes them more weaker and it goes straight to my forearm sometimes. All right, guys, we are now going to do the hip thruster. I'm excited for booty. Now we got a couple of glute bridge machines, hip thrust machines here in the gym. I personally like this one because I can come at a deep stretch. And I'll show you guys how I come at a stretch in a sec. So there's the cast bridges where it's not all the way down. And then you've got the actual hip thrusters where you can go at full stretch. And I personally find that this one here is good for the shouties. You know what? These shoes are actually so comfy. Like, a lot of the time, make a statement, the shoes aren't that comfy, but these ones, honestly, they're really comfortable. I got black ones too. I feel like these ones are cuter. Okay, we're gonna aim for 8 to 10 reps again, solid reps. Count on the way down is gonna be for 3 seconds. Now, if you guys just use the belt alone, it's gonna hurt. So always grab a pad. If you've got a belted machine like so. All right. So feet, heels directly under the knees. I'm gonna go about hip width apart. Squeeze up. And come at full stretch. I'm gonna bring my feet closer. Whew. Whew. Oh my god, that is burning. Sometimes people feel it a lot in their hamstrings. Now when you're doing a hip thrust, guys, you should really be feeling it in the glutes. If you're feeling more hamstrings, that means your feet are too far forward. If you feel it in your quads, that means your heels are too close to your butt. So that's why I always tell everyone to put their heels pretty much directly under the knees. So it's really like the back of the heel directly under. And you gotta play around with your stance until it gets off these two here. Obviously, because you are doing a leg movement, well, lower body movement, you're gonna get a little bit of the upper hamstring. But if you're really feeling it here, your feet are too far forward. that's a little tip and trick for y'all. Whew. Okay, I remember what I was gonna say before now, because I was just thinking of it while I was doing this. Okay, so when I was in that lat pull down set, I was gonna tell you guys something, and it's come back to me now. So when you are in the middle of pulling and pushing in a set, such as the stretch movement here, hold your breath. Because people ask me how to stabilize themselves. It's holding your breath in the stretch of your movement. So when I was doing the lat pull down, I was thinking of it. I was holding my breath to stabilize when I got to the top. When I got to the top, that's where I reset. Took a deep breath. Held till I got to the top. And that's the same thing when I was doing the hip thruster. Held my breath at the top. I'll show you guys in the next set, but held my breath at the top, took a deep breath, held it on the way down, stabilized my core, and then came back up and then let go again. And I do that for all of my sets. And now when people say that they don't train abs and they get abs, first, genetics is one thing, but when they're stabilizing their core in the movements that they do, they're activating their core at the same time, which also helps and contributes to tightening their core. So holding your breath is one of the keys to stabilizing yourself in a set, and also not to get hernias. Helps. We'll do it for the last set though. All right, last set for this, guys. I went a little bit heavier. Your girl's got the double stack on right now. Okay, so at the top, I'm gonna take the deep breath. Oh, I'm gonna take a deep breath here. Okay, yep. Whoo! Booty pumped. Yeah. So that shoulder rock, can you see it? I'm gonna do them. So I got that side. I've got this side. My rear shot, like this. Can you see? For the hamstrings, guys, we're gonna finish off with some hamstring curls, but we're gonna go lying down. I'm actually gonna go light. My legs are a little bit activated because I started off with glutes. Like in my last video, pivot point, align your knee with that if you don't know how high or how low to go. And then we're gonna focus on pushing the hips down. So I'm gonna elevate my chest slightly here. I'm gonna pull in, and as I'm letting go, I'm pushing my hips down as well. And that's allowing the load to transfer over to my hamstrings as I do so. And not swinging on the way in either. Allowing my hamstrings to take the load. I'm gonna come down here too so you guys can also see the form. If you were to pull down, we'll have elbows down. Pushing hips down. All right. I'm gonna go heavier. All right. Just a couple more sets, boys. Feels good. Hamstrings. You know when people do that in their photos? Hamstrings, they exist. I'm gonna do my walk to the back. Okay, this is the walk to the back. Walk to the back. And then I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna walk to the back. And I'm gonna turn. Okay, I'm not gonna give away my front though. It's funny because my last show, I actually had a minute and a half to do my routine. And I remember I did this and my hair flick didn't work. My hair like stayed here, and in the photos you can see all of my hair like this. So now I've worked the hair flick, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. But it was funny because I had a minute and a half, and I remember I was just about to exit the stage, and then the guy backstage was like, 1 more minute. I was like, ah! So I just started making it up on the spot, and I was like, I'm gonna do that hair flick again. And then it did it again. So ever since that show, I'm like, that is never gonna happen again. So now the hair flick's gonna be on point. Just you watch. Just, all right. Last one, give it 30 seconds. I'll do one more. So when I'm coming up, I'm actually not swinging up, I'm carrying the load. When I get to the top, I actually do a slight squeeze at the top, and that squeeze allows me to carry the load even more on my hamstrings on the way down. When I come up, controlled, on the way down, it's controlled. And your hammies are gonna get the full load. One more set, and then we're finito. Slowly down. And then on the way up, controlled on the way up, squeeze. And I'm still holding that squeeze pretty much on the way down. Just give me that extra on the way up. Whew. I'm done. Posterior done, guys. Damn. That was a bit of a workout. It was a long one. I don't know, maybe I just chat too much, but that was solid. Solid all back day. And my coach has also upped my cardio, so I still have to do another 20 minutes of cardio after this. We're doing a total of 60 at the moment, so I'm doing 40 first thing in the morning, and then I'm doing 20 post-workout, which we're gonna do the 20 soon. And that is pretty much a wrap for that session. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I actually feel really good. I'm getting messed up after today, but that was a full workout. But tomorrow is a rest day, so I like to finish off my days before rest days nice and strong. But let us know what you guys want to see. I am going to bring an upper body session in the next video. We're going to train some shoulders, so stay tuned. Until next time.